Hello. Hello. Welcome to Movie Phone. Where is my... Yeah, where did that go? Okay. Rapid recovery stream. I don't know, I opened the Twitch window and then I closed it for some reason. So I can't even see the chat. That's great. Really weird. We're back. Video and audio is fine. What? It says that? Oh. I thought that was like a message from the website. I was like, what? It didn't say Arsenal fan. I just saw this apostrophe video and audio is fine. I'm like, wow, that's a new feature. Ping 66. Recovery. I need a recovery from... I need a recovery from yesterday. I don't know. I don't know. I have no... Well, I don't know. I have lots of excuses. Alright, let's focus on today. Ripun Bansal. Ripunj. Yeah, you're boring, everyone. Coming to Budapest. I'm gonna hide. Threat, we used to joke. Threat or a promise? What's the occasion? Coming and never leaving. Oh, everybody's got the 10+5 challenges out. I don't think he's coming for chess, Arsenal. You know what? Now that you mentioned that, that's funny. This Greek master, who is in my Facebook friends, asked me for a reference whether I recommend playing in the first Saturday tournaments or not. And I don't know, you know, I really don't know. Because, I mean, I haven't played in years. I haven't played in first Saturday since, like, it was like 2015 or 2016. Maybe 2016, I guess, yeah. I was definitely streaming. It could have been as late as 2017, but I really don't know what to say to the guy because I haven't played in ages. The good news about First Saturday tournaments is that it's been moved to a reasonable location because for years it was in a really crappy place and I would never want to play there anymore. Now it's at least being held in a reasonable location. So that's important. It's not that close to me. But it's in the center in Moskva Square. You should change the name of that, by the way. That's not happening, though. I don't know, man. I honestly... I have mixed feelings about the first Saturday because the location's far from me and I don't like playing underrated Indian players, you know. It's nothing racial. I just, like, the tournaments here have been filled with all these, like, really underrated players lately. And I don't really want to play in tournaments where there's, like, 5 people from India who are rated 2100 who play like they're 2500, you know. Or wherever they're from, but whatever, you know. I'm just tired of playing. I'm not going to play in closed tournaments with underrated players. It's not happening. So, it depends. You know, I don't know if I recommend it or not. But I guess that would probably go for all closed tournaments for money. There are other places that hold these kind of tournaments. I'm sure there's a similar situation. I'm going to be careful. I just got an invite to another IM tournament where the guy offered me not enough money to play. Just now. I just turned on my phone, and the first thing I saw was, you know, would you be interested in playing an IM tournament for 200 euros? I'm like, no. I mean, it's crazy. I can't do that. It's a friend of mine. But that's like all they can offer, 250 maybe. It's Hungary, man. This is not the UK or it's not Western Europe. They can only pay like half of what someone would get paid in Western Europe. Of course I'd lose money. But they'd lose money if they paid me more than that, so it's a no-win situation. The one tournament I play in, I'm losing money. And I'm only playing it to like stay in. The only reason I'm playing in one tournament in September, or when is it, August, is because it's not far, and usually there's not a lot of crazy underrated players. They've been pretty selective, and it allows me to stay a little bit in practice. But I mean, I'm losing money if I play in one of these IM tournaments. Price of living seems similar. Maybe. I don't know, dude. I mean, everything I ever see about the UK makes it sound like incredibly expensive, dude. I mean, aren't your cost of living more like the United States or something there? In the UK? I can't afford to live in the United States. I have to live in Hungary to pass the savings on to the consumer. I imagine certain things are the same price, like food, but then there's other things, like rent. Cost of housing has to be way more expensive in England. Hotels have to be more expensive. Dude, I mean, like, if you're like playing in a chess tournament, you could stay in a hotel here for a reasonable price. That's never happening in the UK, I would imagine. Your last job? Wow. That's insane. Just move to Norway. They'll pay you 5 times if you're in Hungary. They have the oil money. Let me know if they're looking for chess coaches in Norway. Maybe I get on board with Magnus. Arsenal fan, the secret to being a successful chess player has always been to have a rich wife. I can't play in chess tournaments because I can't afford to not work. As much as I would like to help my friend by like playing in this IM tournament, I can afford to play like one IM tournament per year, and it's losing money. I'm losing money. Welcome to Chessable Lecture on Dragon. What are you talking about? I already have people like selling my iChess, selling my chess lecture videos on iChess. Sponsor. People are always looking to sponsor like old over-the-hill chess players. Arsenal. I have. Alright, bishop e7. I like this knight on b4. What is it doing there? Simul recovery stream. Okay, so he can build up more pressure on the d4 pawn here. But in the meantime, his development is lagging. I'm really not certain about even playing a3. But white is slightly better. This is a normal position, really. What's my bishop doing on b1, though? Can I sponsor you for your local poker games? Yeah, I've never had a backer in poker. Always backed myself. Castles, dude, stop giving him good ideas. Knight a5. Oh no, what am I gonna do? Man, knight e5 opens up all these kind of weird possibilities. No politics or talking about money. Chess players are almost always better at poker. No, it's funny that you mentioned Jennifer Shoddy and Poker Stars. She never played on Poker Stars. And she had no good results that I ever saw. But I guess later she might have gotten better. I don't know. She wasn't a very good player when I used to play, but maybe she became a good player later. But I always felt like she was more talk, you know. Image is everything. But we don't talk about that here. Right. Well, I don't do Poker Stars, man, for many reasons. My days of playing on Poker Stars are not in the current. Sorry, dude. Jennifer Shahadi is well connected. I don't play chess on Poker Stars or poker on Poker Stars or whatever. PokerStars sucks, man. That site became very, very shady. I would never play on there. If I went back to playing online poker, it was super dubious. They ruined online poker, basically. Extremely dubious. I was a faithful PokerStars player for many years, but something happened at one point. I would never recommend that site to anybody. Poker's not popular. I mean, online poker's not popular. It's just the days are gone. The whole thing sucks. Not enough players. It's just gross now. Yeah, this is a really strange game. Very, very strange by Black. Yeah, I don't know anything about that chess zebra. I don't follow anything connected to PokerStars whatsoever. The company. I don't trust them, and I never would. Jennifer Shoddy is like an influencer. Alright. Ether18888. Do you think chess is a gateway drug to poker? No, I mean, I think that they're both games, and a lot of people enjoy them both. You know, I mean, I think there's some similarity somehow between them, although it's not that easy to define. I don't play blackjack, backgammon, for example. A lot of chess players are into backgammon. I actually played poker long before I played chess, which was interesting. I started playing poker when I was around 9 with my friends, and I didn't really get into chess till I was 11 or 12 or so. So it's interesting. Poker is a gateway drug to chess. Yeah, maybe that's more like it. I don't know, man. Yeah, it's a really weird game by this guy. I was literally playing like poker with my friends for money when I was like 9 or 10 years old. Not real money, but like, you know, quarters, and we used to get together and play starting at age 10. Chess came a couple years later. It's interesting. Black's play is virtually perfect. How about rook c1? Okay. Bishop takes f6. No. The knight's too strong. Yeah, thank God I had a normal childhood. I'm very thankful I wasn't like a chess prodigy. I mean, I wasn't even a master till I graduated. I mean, till after I graduated from high school, and I reached master at age 18. Kind of like Camel Culture. He was showing us a game where he's like that age. He's 2197. Dude, I mean, I mean, when you see like the Polgars and stuff, I mean, and a lot of chess prodigies, brainwashed at age 4 to play chess. I don't know, man. I chose chess. Nobody forced it on me. My parents didn't even know how to play chess. When I was a kid, my aunt bought me this, like, and she didn't know how to play either. Just randomly bought me, like, a chess set when I was maybe, like, 7 or 8. And it had these, like, pieces that showed you how the pieces moved. And I remember I took the time to learn how the pieces moved, but I didn't really properly learn the rules or even have someone to play with until much later. And there was nobody in my family who played chess, so it was just by complete chance that I played, that a friend of mine started to learn the game from his dad and then taught me. If that hadn't have happened, I never would have learned to play chess. It was just complete random coincidence. And really, really late. I mean, I was in like 7th grade when I learned how to play chess. Seriously, I knew how to move the pieces. I was in junior high school. It's like a great game by Black here. He's playing like a world champion. I'm honestly like sick of going to chess tournaments and everyone being like 5 years old. I mean, I think like adults are discouraged from playing chess, basically. And like chess federations don't do anything to encourage adults at all. Like, you don't have to start chess when you're 4 years old. It's totally insane. What do you think of title players who don't know blindfold chess? Well, I mean, what do you mean by don't know blindfold chess? And there's plenty of title players who don't play blindfold chess, like including me. Once in my life, I played a match of blindfold chess. But I mean, any decent player can play blindfold chess. It's a question of how good they are. Anyone who's master level should be able to play it. They might not be particularly good. You have to practice. It's a learned skill, Gareev plays, like he's like a specialist. Yeah, I played against Super Driver, a 4-game match of classical blindfold chess, and drew 4 games if I recall correctly. That's the only time I ever seriously played blindfold. I think I had some kind of blindfold simul once with like several games, but it wasn't really formal. Playing your girlfriend blindfold chess, it doesn't really count. Your girlfriend who's like 1,000 strength. I mean, I've played handfuls of. I've played occasional blindfold games against people. Randomly, friends, countrymen, Romans. I don't know where the discussion about blindfold chess comes in. If your girlfriend is a WGM, I never, was really into dating chess players. One chess player is enough. What did I just do? That's different. But I don't think it's necessary. Different people are different. There's different ways to understand chess. Some people are more visual than others. I'm not particularly strong at blindfold chess. Probably average. Yeah, he played a great game, and then just like blundered. I mean, White never had an advantage until like move 25. Computer disagrees though. The engine actually thinks I had a sizable edge. That's weird. Yeah, I don't even know what this is. This is a strange, position. Semi-Tarash, e3, and then black played a6, which is a really rare move. I played this. Castled, and then Justin Sarkar did something like that against me once. That's just dubious. He just, put his knight on b4. But, forcing me to go back to b1 is kind of awkward. I mean, it's not that bad. He made my knight go, or my bishop go to a bad square. So it's really, I mean, I don't quite agree with the computer's evaluation here, saying I'm up a pawn. I mean, where is this pawn? This was a great move. I thought knight a5 was a good move. But he has bishop d7, no? I mean, he just missed a really strong move. Doesn't he have this now? And I'm deep shit with bishop e5. I was really nervous. What do I do about that? What about b4? Yeah, well, knight e4 was definitely not good. Wait, where? Queen d3 was probably a mistake. I couldn't resist playing for the cheapo. But it set me up for this. And then he has that. So, knight e4 was a really bad move. I could play knight e5. What does the computer say? I threw away my advantage here. Bishop a2. Bishop a2. Anything's better than what I did. Knight e4 is a huge mistake. You like this overextending? Yeah, but he's got this, man. Isn't that a problem? Wow, you're serious? Knight takes d5? Well, he doesn't have to take the rook. Interesting. I didn't want to let him into b3. But apparently I was worse. I was worse later, too. I have nothing here. Rook b8 is a good move. He's fine, even at move 24. Well, I guess, I don't know. Rook b8, alright. And now he just has to avoid the threat. And black is fine. There was no reason for him to lose. Of course. It's just murderers, one after another. Repunj, Sumaher, Arsenal fan. This is like... Why can't I get easy opponents who are like 1300? The problem is they don't watch my stream. It's the same thing as my simul. I just don't attract the 1300s. I want an easy opponent. Alright, Juicebox. You're a little bit... You're still not a 1300. You're a little bit easier. Harold Bloom. Yes, we do. Oh no. Morales has to leave. Guys, thanks for watching. Here we go again. You're 600? Sure you are. You're 600, but you play like you're 2400. Coming to an IM tournament near you. That's why 250 euros is not enough for me to play in an IM tournament. I don't want to get destroyed by like some 2000 player from India. The rating system needs some repair. I like my rating points. We're trying to rebuild the rating. Not get it teared down. Teared down? Get it teared down. Well, Glicko is very accurate. I'm talking about real world, where the Glicko doesn't exist. The real world. Not fantasy fan world. In the real chess world. The Glicko can't be accurate when people can just like play each other like 100 games and like dump their rating points. The problem is like people can just play random games with whoever they want and lose or win rating points. I mean, it's, you know, you can't accurately have ratings online with a system like this, where I can play Joe like 70 games in a row. He can slowly lose all of his rating points to me. There's no accuracy here in ratings. Some people are accurately rated, a lot are not, you know. Yeah, well, I agree that FIDE should probably switch the rating system. That's reasonable, but it's never happening. Right now, I was looking at the National Open, I think, in Las Vegas, and there was some like Indian 2100 who was just like had a grandmaster level performance. You don't go from like 2100 to grandmaster strength. That's not how it works. He just like, had a 2600 performance or something. It wasn't like, oh, he just reached his new plateau or something. Clearly this guy was 20, grandmaster strength to begin with. At least like for 6 rounds, he was playing on a 2600 level with a 2100 rating. I mean, that's pretty weird, man. No, I mean, there's a lot of tournaments that aren't rated. I don't know. A lot of countries, they can't afford to pay the rating fees, Don't start a sentence with Feingold thinks. At least not on my stream. You are a moderator, but we can always change that. We all have days when we switched on and switched off. A lot of people cheating in Swisses. You mean like with computers? I've been out of the scene for too long. This is such a stupid opening for me, but okay, one of my students played like an unrated. I swear to God, I looked at the game and every move that the unrated played was perfect except for one. And it was a really bad positional mistake. So like 24 out of 25 moves were like top. It was like watching an engine play and make one weird move. But I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know if they were going to the bathroom between rounds or they just learned to play from computers, so they're playing like computers. Is that what's going on? Are people playing like computers? Or are they literally going to the bathroom and turning their phone on during the game? Jesus, Chess Zebra, what are you talking about? Feingold is a MILF. What is that? No, I mean, if you learn chess just by playing with Stockfish here, do we start playing like the computer? Right. I just don't understand, you go to a tournament, you're unrated, and then you played like 24 out of 25 perfect moves, destroying like a 1900 in the process, or an 1800. Say my student is 1800. They felt bad that they lost. I was like, look, your opponent is unrated, but they played like they were at least 2200. I wouldn't feel bad about it. Yeah, you're not supposed to have phones anywhere near you, but it depends on where you're playing. At a big open tournament, it's pretty hard to police that. The bigger the tournament, the harder it is to police stuff. It depends on the tournament. I haven't played any open tournament. I haven't played many open tournaments in the last 10 years, so I've never had occasion to suspect one of my opponents of cheating. I mean, I imagine it happens, but it can't be that widespread. It's just too hard to do it. They're going to get caught. People have been caught. People are doing it, but it can't be that widespread. People are doing it, but at the same time, people are on the lookout for it, so... Grandmasters have been caught cheating, of course. We know that. Yada, yada, yada. But is that the Sebastian Feller thing, Chess Zebra, you're talking about? By the way, I like how that guy's allowed to play chess again. It should be like a lifetime ban. It's ridiculous. He should have his Grandmaster title stripped and never be allowed to play again. It's bullshit. They took away Rouse's title, I think. 5 years is not enough, I think. 5 years is like gone, you know. You're back. Title ban and maybe at least 10 years. I mean, 5 years is like a slap on the wrist. I mean, 5 years seems like a long time for a young person. But if you're older, you realize it's really not a long time. How about a new FIDE president? What we need is a Russian FIDE president, I think. Feingold for FIDE president. Yeah, Arsenal, I'll take your challenge next. Why remove the title? The person still achieved it in the past. It's like you're taking away their honorarium. I mean, it's a punishment. Why not? Now, where do I go? Here? To D8? Yeah, like the new candidate, what I saw, the new candidate for FIDE president was like nominated by African countries. You just get a bunch of African countries to nominate you. I mean, nothing against Africa, but these are very, very minor countries with hardly any players. It's clearly like they're being bought. I don't know how FIDE works. I would never get involved in chess politics. But it's very obvious that it's all just totally sketchy. And it always has been, I'm sure. Like most organizations. I would say if a doctor kills someone, they normally have their medical license revoked, which would make you not a doctor anymore. I don't know what we're talking about here. Is a doctor still a doctor if they have their medical license revoked? I don't know, man. I somehow don't think so. That's obviously a strange concept. Of course, you can. You can never be undoctored. Dr. Chessieber would know. Is there a doctor in the house? There's a doctor in the house. What a coincidence. Uh-oh. Well, we're winning material. You're talking about academic. You're talking about academic PhD style doctor. In Hungary, like, they call lawyers doctor. Alright. Arsenal fan. Yeah, you can't take away someone's doctorate. You're talking about that. Like, I don't know. In an academic sense? Even that could be taken away. I mean, like, if you were shown to have doctored your academic researches, what if you got your PhD by, and it's discovered you got your PhD by just copying other people's work? Like, you can't have it taken away? I guess a university can annul someone's degree, right? If it was shown that you fabricated your researches or whatever. The Quakers. Quaker. Higher Quaker education. Richie Rouser. There's no Richie Rouser. Quakers versus Mormons. Quaker state. Cancel culture. It's a hot topic. This is really like best left to a philosophical stream. Do they have philosophical streamers? Philosophy streamers? Can we just leave this for the philosophy stream? And you guys can debate cancel culture with the Twitch philosophy streamers. Can we have a tournament like Quakers versus Mormons? Alright. I'm thinking about it. Silicon boobs is just here hanging out. Challenge disappeared. That happens a lot. Juicebox, where are those Quaker universities? How did you become such an expert in Quakers? Where are these Quaker universities? Where do you Quakers even come from? What am I doing? I want to play what? Bishop c4? Quaker friendship. They also have health insurance programs. Highly recommend it. Quaker Health Sharing Network. Quaker Health Share. Very reliable. But they won't cover you if you have like a major surgical procedure. For sure. What am I doing here? Seriously. Bishop c4. No one ever played that move. Ever plays that move. What is that? Seriously, don't ever sign up for a health share, like a religious health share insurance program. It's a huge scam. I heard a lot of Trumpers have fallen for that. Quaker Health Share. But are these like Juicebox Wizard? Are you talking about things? Are they in another country? Or are they in the United States? Quakers are like Pennsylvania. That's different though. I'm thinking of Amish now. Now you've got me confused. Now I'm confused. What's the difference? Quakers are different from Amish. Why do we have to talk about this on Monday morning? Pennsylvania is filled with Pennsylvania Dutch, but it's also called the Quaker state. So that's where I'm having trouble. Now I'm really confused. All I know is my dad told me never buy Quaker State oil. It's absolutely shit. He was an expert on petroleum products. Okay. We're all over the map conversationally. I still don't know if Quakers are different from Amish. I think they are. Amish University. I don't intend to insult anybody. I'm just joking around. I hope no one takes offense to my religious jokes. Here we go. I'm making fun of myself. Your uncle worked for Sun Oil. That's familiar to me. So Sun is like the former Sunoco. Sun would go on to become Sunoco. Is Sunoco still around? How much does gas cost? Are there a lot of dead dinosaurs in Pennsylvania? And other important questions answered here. A MILF party met Medical Invalidated License Foundation. Oh shit. What, Ben had his like driver's license invalidated for medical reasons? Is that what that is about? Are you serious? Is that what we're really talking about here? This is an actual conversation? My dad also worked for a petroleum company out of Pennsylvania. Got a lot in common. We talk about whatever here. Alright. Arsenal fan just goes with the flow, man. F4. No fear. Okay. Lollygagging. That's a word. Gagging on lollipop. Where did this come from? Nobody uses that word. Knight g4? Knight g4. Fear is the mind flayer. What is that from? Nothing to fear but fear itself. Was that Roosevelt said that? Magic Knight. Alright, man. You know what? You can have a pawn if you want. What are you doing? What is that? What is that? Oh my god. Dude, you're crazy. You're crazy. I love it. This is crazy. Uh-huh. 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 Gah. Wow. I have to take it. I don't have a choice. It just hit me. I wanted to be fancy and play like Queen C7. But he's like, Bishop takes F6. If I play Queen C7 here. He just plays Bishop takes F6 and I lose a piece. I think. That's embarrassing. Suddenly it got so quiet in the chat room. It's from Dune. Yeah, dude, I never read Dune. It was always too intimidating. I don't know, too long. It's like, I remember going to the bookstore when I was like 11 years old and being like, you know, it looks cool, but I really don't feel like reading like a 1,000-page novel in those days. You couldn't stop and I couldn't start. If I started it, I probably would have liked it, but it was intimidating. When I was like a kid, I was fearful of extremely long novels. My kids don't even read books. Is that normal? They just watch YouTube videos. What is the world coming to? My God, man. What's my idea again? This? Can I castle queenside? Well, that's a problem if you stop long books. If you stop, pause to read it for a while, you're just like done to reread the whole thing. Arsenal's a scary mofo. Tolkien was hard enough. I bought my kids, like, The Hobbit, and they don't read it. It's such a sad world we live in. Maybe they'll come around. Good lord, man. Knight, okay, knight g5. Puts a lot of pieces in my face. He doesn't calculate. Did you guys know that? Arsenal fan doesn't calculate. He just plays like on intuition. And yeah, look at this. Natural instinct. Just natural killer instinct. What are we doing? Capablanca. But faster. I wish I could have castled queenside. That rook c8 move really cost me. If I get over there, I'd be safe. See, this is the tough part. Yeah. Right? Crunch. He had knight takes f5. I thought it was stronger than knight takes e6, but whatever. I don't know. I mean, in the candidates tournament, may the best player win. Whoa. Whoa. I literally don't know what to expect at any given moment. I mean, all I know is that the guy's unbelievably fast. Despite being only 2100 in Blitz, he seems very, very fast to me. Maybe he's not good at bullet per se, but quick. I don't know, man. I think he had knight takes f5 before. I think the line he played was unclear. He probably... I mean, bishop f6 looks like it was a blunder, to be fair. Am I allowed to threaten something? He found rook g1. Unreal. Build the wall. Yeah, that was a fascinating game. I mean, you're probably winning. I was winning. It was really back and forth. Bishop f6 had to be a blunder by me. No one plays this move. I have no idea what that is, theoretically. But it's been played on a handful of occasions. This is just not in any sort of books, really. Bishop c4 here. We have 135 center pawn loss for white and 109 for black. I mean, I'm getting like a dubious for rook c8, but what the hell, you know? Queen a5 is better, right? Okay, so queen a5, bishop takes f6, g takes f6. Nepomniachtchi versus Dreyev, 2008. This does seem familiar now. Actually. I feel like I looked at this somewhere along the line, and then I haven't played it much lately, so I forgot. But it was never really a variation, per se. I remember Dreyev did this, I think. I thought that was against Morozevich, though. It's a different game where he used the same plan. That's why it's confusing. Okay. And Dreyev doesn't play this anymore. He just played it for a while and quit. He was like the only good player ever to play this variation in the last like 15 years. F5. Anyway, Richie Rouser, bishop c4 is interesting. My rook c8 is weak, apparently. I told you Asterbait. Where's Asterbait today, by the way? Do not move the same piece twice. You're just wasting time and not developing your pieces. So this just sucks. You know, I want to do the exchange sack here, but I have no development. I mean, there's no way this is... I'm not even threatening anything. I mean, this is like sacking the exchange for the sake of sacking the exchange. It's just not good enough. You could play it, I guess. I just have no development. I mean, I can't believe this is good enough. But this is crazy. Wow. I give you credit for being creative, though. He went too far. This is great, though, this position. Thanks for the dark square bishop. Now I missed castles, of course, because it's such a natural move. Castles is clearly very safe. But what an idiot I am not to play that. The problem is that I can't castle queenside. My position's okay, but this is an interesting game. Now I blundered. Well, in the next move I definitely blundered. King h1, a good move, and bishop f6 is a blunder. Like, this was critical position. I have to find a good move here. I mean, I can play this, but white has compensation for the pawn. That was my view of the position. But this is a total blunder. He missed knight takes f7. Or knight takes f5, actually. Yeah. This is just good. You're just winning. He sat there forever and didn't play it. He played this. This is funny. So instead of playing like the crushing tactic, you do the losing tactic. That's the Ritchie calculation system. Roll the dice and like pick the random sacrifice. I rolled a 3. Alright. No, I was pretty worried about knight takes f5. -7. I just totally missed it. Bishop f6 sucks. I have to take the knight. And my coordination is not great. And white has sacrifice possibilities here. That's what it was. Alright. We have Morales. We lost Morales. Viking Beer is a subscriber. You see, the problem is that we don't have enough time to properly calculate. Your challenge disappears. Yeah, I can't control that. Like, when people's challenges disappear. I don't understand. What's doing that? Resonance Inspector, you play next. This seems like it was a problem that was fixed on lichess for a long time, and now it's been back for like the last year or so. I don't understand why the challenges disappear and come back. Years ago, that was always a big issue, and then it was totally fixed. It seems like the challenges always stayed in order. And like in the last 12 months, it's just totally random again. I don't know. But don't post a question in the forum, no matter what you do. They'll like rip your head off. Resonance Spectre will be next. Asterbait, good to see you. What's up, man? Horrible game, Rich. Thanks. Thanks for playing that on a Monday morning. I'm really calculating well lately. Yesterday was brutal. Challenge disappears. Challenger puts the tab background. That shouldn't happen, though. You know, that's crazy. G6 is a pro move. Pro moves not allowed. How calculated you. I was just luckier that I blundered less than you. You didn't play knight takes f5. Something changed because you used, the challenges used to stay in place, but now they're all over the place. Don't complain to the administrators of lichess no matter what you do. They don't like that. Bishop d7. You have a problem with your knight, officer? Don't like your knight? You going for like queen c8 and the bishop exchange or something? What provokes you to play bishop d7 rather than the natural knight move? What would make you do a thing like that? That's my side of the board. And your side of the board is over there. Don't even think about like messing with my side. Random move. Coming to get you. So he's changing plans. I mean, it's basically just a closed Sicilian. He's stopping at 5. This is my side. But, you know, if they park their feet under the table, it leads to a lot of problems. I've had a lot of incidences with people. There needs to be like a barrier under the table. Oh. I remember at European Poker Tour, that guy Victor Blom used to like walk around with no shoes on. People are weird, man. I don't know. If I ever played a chess player who was like taking his shoes off at the board completely. I mean, sometimes people just have the summer sandals on and they like kick them off while they're at the board, I guess. Yeah, that's pretty gross. If they have socks, it's not so bad. How do we get on this conversation? Alright, I'm just going to transpose to the closed Sicilian. I hate the closed Sicilian. I feel like I'm playing a bubble pawn structure. Just all the more reason to have like a wall under the table. You know they have those barriers for COVID over the table? They need to have like barriers under the table as well. Stay on your side. I've had at least 3 serious incidents in OTB play. We've talked about this a lot, though. E5. So it looks like Viking Beer is not really down with castling kingside. I have knight to b5. He can castle queenside. Lemon cleaner. That's when I eat tuna fish. You castle queenside. Probably your best move. Okay, so knight d6, queen d6, e5. Good job. I was fishing here. You caught me fishing. Objectively. How crazy is f5? I don't know, man. Knight b5 looks weird. I think I'm playing like Arsenal fan. No calculation, just intuition. Very little calculation. But I'm slow. I don't know, knight b5 feels wrong in principle. I'm not developing new pieces. I wanted to try to scare him out of castling queenside. It didn't work. But I don't believe his king is safe over there either. He has to be careful here. Yeah, but I don't know objectively if this is that great. Really easy for black to screw it up, though. Tinder? You want my Tinder? What does that say? Tilder. Tilder. Oh shit. What is that short for? Is that research speak again? Is that like academic shorthand? I've had several incidences, but they're all long in the past. You see, now this seems like a mistake. Black has to play knight e8, it seems like, no? The point of castling queenside is that he gets to play knight e8 and like defend these squares. And it might be okay for black. My assumption is that now he's in trouble. How much trouble is an open question. He might even be able to play knight takes e5, but knight e5, knight a7 check looks really dubious. And the problem is that I have bishop g5 now, so it's going to like destroy his pawn structure to not lose the exchange. It's the internet slang shorthand. Yeah, I mean, this is just super questionable. Wow. I did not anticipate him doing knight h5. I guess that's really... dangerous is putting it one way. But still, I mean, there's no obvious first win. There probably is, but I'm just not seeing it. G4, knight G3. Unfortunately, not so easy. Unbelievable. This is probably a bad move. Still nothing. Queen E1. Elegant. Queen E1. Oh my god. Wow. Still might be an idea with Queen A5 and Knight A7 mate or something. Who would have imagined he would play Queen F8 here? Yeah, that's not expected. There are some interesting ideas with Queen E1 for sure. I like these things where like the bishop's on F4 and Arsenal would have like Queen E1, Queen A5, Knight takes A5, Knight A7 mate. If I could get some variation where my bishop was on F4. But I don't know. I don't think that can actually happen. There are variations on that theme. But I mean, white just has a winning position, I think. We're not really low on time, though. I mean, it's increment. 5-second increment. Poor Juice Box Wizard. He's losing his horsey. This is a safe move. The rook's not doing anything anyway. I'm satisfied with the extra horsey. No, I mean, black had to try F6. I said F6. What did I do? I just missed. I missed en passant. I just missed en passant take on F6. Yesterday the guy hung a rook. One of my opponents hung a rook with check on C8, and I didn't see it. Or maybe it wasn't check, but it was like just a whole rook en prise. That's pretty embarrassing. To play over the game like afterwards and see that you just could have taken an entire rook. Like rook takes rook, and you don't see it. Here I had pawn takes F6 because I forgot I have en passant. But, I mean, anyway, I'm up a whole night, whatever. I'm not greedy. You told me, and I commented on it? I don't remember that. Yeah, I don't recall. I don't remember that. That's weird. I mean, I believe you, but it must have been like subconscious. I must have been subconsciously answering like in a dream state. I just got to the board and was planning. I was so excited to play knight c6 that I just didn't even think about it. H5 is a mildly annoying move. Because this push could be... It's no big deal, really. Whatever. It's only going to get to H3 max. And then it'll get blockaded. En passant. Astrobate was there. Wait, can I threaten mate? Thanks for playing Viking Beer. Man, he stopped that threat again. Damn. I wanted to play Queen B4, but he keeps preventing it. I just have to settle for, like, winning a very minor amount of material. If I wasn't already up a piece, it wouldn't be much at all. Nothing can possibly go wrong here. You're good. He's defended. What do you think my center-pawn loss for this game is? Against Arsenal fan, I was like 109, 130. I bet I'm like I think we're like around 50 something for this game. I doubt it's that good, Arsenal. I'm a genius. I'm an expert in guessing my center-pawn loss. 59. Guess the center-pawn loss. 59. That's kind of harsh, right? I had 1 mistake and 3 inaccuracies. It must have been a big-ass mistake. Seriously, to take my center-pawn loss up to 59. I missed pawn takes f6. That's a pretty big mistake, right? It didn't even... That wasn't even my mistake. Knight c3 question mark. Well, it was like, you know, the next move that's really dumb. Like, why don't I just, like, play pawn takes pawn check, at least? Alright. We got someone trying to request to join the team. Cornelius. Alright, Resonance Spectator. And Morales. Morales is gone again. Morales, don't close the tab. Juicebox Wizard, what happened? E6. Why did you play E6? You weakened your D6 square a little bit there. But you had knight E8. You know, I think you're still hanging on. That was a key moment. You thought a long time. When I played E5, you played knight H5. You could have played knight E8, and I feel like you're still... I know that it feels a little bit passive, but I think you're still intact there if you play knight E8. Knight E8 is great. Don't forget it. Oh my god, it was a slamming door. We got window. Sometimes there's like these gusts of wind that just like go through the house and start slamming doors and stuff. Doesn't feel windy though. I didn't feel any gusts of wind. That was scared me. Let's see if everyone's alright. The giant. Alright. Wasn't expecting like major wind gusts. B3. Yeah, the birds, dude, are insane. Okay, I live on the top floor, and that's the roof. There was a pigeon looking at me in the morning. But I seriously lost my mind last night. Like, I guess they have, like, freaking nests up there. But they were chirping at 3:30 a.m. Can somebody answer this question for me? It is not daybreak at 3:30 a.m. Why are the birds chirping at 3:30 a.m.? Somebody who's like a bird expert, please explain to me. I had to close the window at 3:30 in the morning in the freaking hot summer like heat here. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I can't sleep. You gotta stop chirping. I understand like 4:35. There's just no excuse for chirping at 3:30. I mean, come on now. It's not even close to daybreak. It's like, dude, what are they doing? There was a chess player who's an ornithologist. I think it's like Stefano Tatai. Is he still alive? He can't still be alive. The Italian master Tatai. I thought he actually had a... I think it was him. I had this other apartment in Buda. And it was on the ground floor, and it was like a much more... It was less urban than my... I live in a very urban area now. But I lived in a more, I don't know, residential part of Budapest. So there were more trees and gardens and stuff. And the birds used to, like, drive me nuts there, too. Or burn. And a lot of people are like, oh, birds are beautiful, birds are great. Yeah, but I don't want them to wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, I love animals. That's great, man. But I still wouldn't want to sleep, you know? It's not like I hate animals. It's just like, come on now. They chirp at daybreak. They chirp at when it's time to go to sleep. We don't need to chirp, like, in the middle, too. It's just too much. Too much chirping. Why are they chirping now in the middle of the day? They chirp, like, I guess, when the weather changes. They're just like, chirp, chirp, chirp. Never buy an apartment on the top floor. It's the fallacy of the penthouse. Next door mowing lawn at 8:30 a.m. and birds tweeting at 3 a.m. You take the birds. Oh, dude, don't remind me of next door mowing. Yeah. Well, at least I could close the window and suffocate instead of hearing the birds. Plus we got the Budapest sirens. Queen F6. I like sitting back in the chair. Relaxing. A little concentration here. Too much stress all the time. It helps you, you know, if you can relax, it helps you to concentrate a little more deeply. I was thinking maybe C3. It's really not necessary, though. I think it's probably a bad idea. Gonna go with a simple approach. Relaxing, enjoying a bit of stress. I just like complaining about everything. The rain, the birds, the sirens. Yeah, Arsenal fan. It's something like living in the suburbs and dealing with the problem was the house where I lived, the way it was situated. You know, when I used to stream from the U.S., the problem was that it's not like, you know, you're on a row of houses and you have the neighbors on the left and neighbors on the right, and then there's a neighbor across the street. There was like, we were on a, it was on a kind of like triangular corner. So there was like neighbors on the left, on the right, on the other side. We had like neighbors in like 8 different directions. And it was like so many different neighbors that could have like their lawnmower out, that basically like one would stop and another one would start. Like it would never stop. Like you would constantly have somebody like mowing the lawn. You don't have 3 or 4 neighbors, you have like 8 neighbors within like striking distance. And I just almost lost my mind. I just, it's, thank God for the oil crisis now. It's probably putting a lot of those wicked lawn mowing with commercial mower guys out of business. You know, do your neighbors a favor and use like a hand mower. Do the environment a favor. There's no reason to use gas powered mowers. Get a lawn Roomba. A lawnba. What are the lawnmower Roombas called? Roomba is a Roomba. So it's like a lawn bot. Battery powered lawn bot. Garba. It sounds so much like garbage. They threw that out. You're 5 letters of the way to garbage. Garbot. Lawnbot. Who landscaping gaping is a drop in the ocean when it comes to petroleum. Well, I mean, obviously automotives are the biggest problem, I guess. But Elon Musk is going to, as I call him, Nylon Mask, is going to save the world. So, anyways. Bye, guys. Morales, you missed the game. Come on, dude. You were next. Solar-powered eco. Solar-powered, that's a cool idea. That's a great idea. Solar-powered. Wow. Solar-powered mowing robots. That's perfect. Totally makes sense. The artist formerly known as Nylon Mask. I have a birds opening obsession. Birds is the words. What means patriotic to you? F6. So I was looking at something crazy here. Queen b2. That doesn't work. I was like trying to make 2 moves in a row or something. Excuse me. My analysis. I'm gonna have an epileptic seizure now. My analysis consists of pretending I have 2 moves in a row. The floating knight. The pawn smile. Chess dentistry at its best. Well, I've got nothing special here. Black managed to navigate his difficulties and now has a playable position. I messed up. Now it's tough. It's equal, approximately equal. Maybe white is a tiny bit better with the central preponderance of pawns. I was way too, obsessed with playing queen b2. I mean, I think, actually, knight f3 is a weird move. I have a problem with a lot of people who do this. They put their knights on the same track. I mean, my other knight has control of this square. That's really his job. It was getting covered by the pawn, though. Now, h5, I don't know. That seems a little bit over the top. I think h5 is a bit weakening for black, but I understand why you played it. You don't like that knight sitting there. I understand. Queen. Smiling. The chess dentist. It's a closed Sicilian. Every bird opening is a closed Sicilian. The minute you play e4. This is technically not, because I didn't play e4, but it's basically the same thing. Tuesday, tomorrow, tournament, yes, rapid, play, 6:30 tomorrow night. We all float down here. Make sure to register for the upcoming tournament tomorrow evening, guys. 6:30. Arsenal will be there. Don't forget to support the stream. Check out Arsenal Fan as well. King h7. Did you really play f4? No, I played e3 on the first move. Yeah, it's interesting factoid. I've never played f4 or f5 on move 1 in a tournament game. But I recently started to kind of be interested in it as a surprise opening. And, looking at statistics, I found that the bird actually seems kind of dangerous. People just don't take it that seriously. Bruce Maneater. The knight totem pole. F2 knights in the birds, very common. It's also a 4 pawns. What is it? No. The Grand Prix attack. That happens in the Grand Prix attack. Knight e4, and then you play knight knight f6, knight f2 to avoid the exchange of knights. It's such a great square, isn't it? The knight totem pole, I like that. g4 is anti-positional, but I'm getting desperate. Yeah, but I mean, he's weakened his king side a lot. No, I'm just going to go... What am I going to do again? I don't know. No, it's funky. Strictly speaking, it's a mistake from pawn structure standpoint. But, you know, whose king is safer here? Knight on f2 protects the d3 square. Maybe he should go with e5. That would really be sharp. Well, there's like one particular variation of the Grand Prix I saw. When you play the Grand Prix attack, like e4, c5, knight c3, how would it go? f4, knight c3, e6, f4. Yeah, e6, f4, d5. For example, knight f3, d takes e, knight takes e4, knight f6. In that position, white normally plays knight f2 to avoid exchanges. So here I can play for g5. Keep the tension, move the king. What do you want to do? How's my rook on b1? It's looking relevant. The rook b1 is very relevant here. No? What's he doing with rook g8? I'm afraid if I play g5, f5 locks it up. Well, maybe then I can play e4 now. It's kind of weird, though. I think I'd rather keep the tension. I really ought to consider just playing h3 now. Okay, so e5 makes the situation a little more complicated. Eloy origami. No streamer spells it right. This looks crazy. He's playing pawn takes pawn, opening the h file. I guess he's gonna play king g7. What about knight takes? Damn. Knight takes isn't really stupid. But maybe black has knight f5. I mean, I have consistent pressure here. There's also this. Looks drawish. Get out of here. Yeah, if Karpov's playing Ulf Anderson, maybe. Ah, my best game today. 22 CPL. I mean, is G4 really a crazy move? Damn, it's engine number 1. Then it's like faltering. One of the top engine suggestions. So I guess we're not that crazy. How much time do we have? I have about half an hour. A little less than half an hour. So time for one more game. Ego Crusher. Ego Crusher got a draw against me last time. G4 was a top move. But Ego Crusher played really well. They don't have enough games, technically. So I don't know. I mean, this guy might be like anything. He could be using an engine. Uh-oh. Now you're in trouble. The Jabava London. It's the Jabava London. I mean, this is a problematic opening. I've had some trouble against it. Haven't really found the exact setup I feel comfortable with for black here. We've tried a lot of different stuff. I played c5 mostly. Looked at other lines. a6. It's really tough to decide what to play. I mean, it feels like last game both kings are a little open, but black has weakened himself more with h5. Like somebody said yesterday, Pierre's just a bad opening. Right. Maybe. Yeah, I'm not a fan really of the Pierre's. I tried to try it out in a simul game last night, but didn't look good. Someone was raving on the stream last night that Hikaru swears up and down that the Pierre's is a horrible opening. I don't know how much truth there is to this, or the, you know, I don't believe every Hikaru rumor that comes along. You know, Hikaru may be talking about like crushing people in 1 minute chess with his like f4 early e5 line. Do I have knight h5 at some point? Do I really want to do that? I mean, I don't care what Hikaru thinks about openings, really. But I do think his repertoire with the Queen's Gambit and Caro-Kann is brutal. But a lot of times people like take quotes that are like out of context from players. Like Hikaru says that queen's better than 2 rooks or something. Yeah, like in a bullet game. But he's not talking about like every situation. No, the French, I think I should start playing the French. I've matured, and in my old age, I think I'd be a good French player. No, Pierce I would not say is passive. But you've got to really know what you're doing. Yesterday I got a bad position. Oh, it was against Or at least I don't know what I'm doing. You know, that classical with bishop g5. It's a weird move. I don't know who this player is. I mean, they might be an engine or something. I really have no clue. I shouldn't accept their challenges though. I mean, they only have 15 games blitz and 60 games rapid. But it was my only challenge. They played a nearly perfect game in the other game we played. This is probably the last game for today. What was weird about this account? 1770 blitz and 2100 bullet doesn't make a lot of sense. That's not really usual. How do you join the tournament tomorrow? Well, be a member of our team. Pawn and Horses Club starts at 6:45. I will create the tournament today and send a message out to everybody in the Pawn and Horses team. You'll get a message if you're a member of the team. You can turn those messages off if you prefer. I don't think the white has played this really in a pro way. But I don't know what white's supposed to do. I mean, I guess a3 is just a bad move. I don't know. He's trying to prevent bishop b4, I suppose. Actually, yeah, it seems that white is concerned about bishop to b4. That is a variation. Actually, I think maybe g4 is the move here. Is he supposed to go g4, but then I have bishop b4? I mean, maybe a3 is theory. Actually, maybe it is. I like black now, though. A little better for black. You feel like you had black here at least 500 times? I haven't played this. No, my problem is like every time I face this Jabava, whatever it is, I feel like I try a different setup every time. I don't really have like one set plan of action. Goat Crusher. Crusher of goats. But his ratings are kind of inconsistent. I wouldn't play this account normally. Not enough games. Now bishop g5 might be a mistake, huh? So I've got, yeah, this is a strange move. I mean, I anticipated white playing knight takes c6. Knight takes c6, bishop takes c6, knight back to d4, you know, and just... White's still okay. He's finally made a mistake. Now If knight h5 is a problem, I gotta be careful a little bit of that. Is he blundering here? Bishop takes d4. I mean, I could get wrecked. Bishop d4 if I get materialistic. Bishop d4, pawn d4, knight f3, queen f3, queen takes, rook takes c2, knight h5. I'm just getting destroyed. That's interesting. Weird. This is weird. Weird play by white. Feels a little suspicious, to be honest. Computery. Good morning, chess people. E4. WJ Loof always catches early morning streaming. Bishop takes d4, pawn d4, pawn e4. We might be able to get a slight edge here. Don't mess around with Arsenal fan. What's going on, WJ Loof? Anything good happening? Good news? Near Classical Tournament. Thank you, Arsenal fan. New announcement. Packing found a new place. Good luck. I am literally leaving after this game. Thanks to all you guys for watching. Tournament tomorrow night. But it turns out White is definitely not an engine. He started to play human-like. You never know. You can never be sure. How about an endgame? Move your knight. He went right for the endgame. Endgamer. Wait a minute now. That move I'm not super happy about. What's the plan? What's the plan? What's the plan? What's wrong with Bishop b7? 2,000 square foot brick ranch with hardwood floors. 4-car detached garage for your art studio. Dude. This is the best time to buy. No, I'm just kidding. But if you got a good deal, prices, I don't think there's going to be a housing market crash, despite like some people. Unfortunately, I wish that would happen, but I don't think it's going to happen. Prices will go down. But congrats, man. Defending said pawn. I don't think this is the right move. Why does the position seem equal, though? I mean, black has a bishop versus knight and a better pawn structure. I don't know. That doesn't seem quite equal to me. All animals are created equal. Some animals are more equal than others. There'd be nothing that would make me happier to see like the housing market just like collapse and I could buy something. Right now I'm like priced out. It just sucks. I'm just not lucky. The timing of stuff, always. Crying and complaining about everything. What am I doing here? Rook takes c1. Bishop c4. Bishop c4. Rook c2. If bishop c4, rook c2. That's crazy, dude. He's got a secret move for everything. Okay, rook takes c1, knight takes c1, bishop e6, and if knight e2, then bishop c4 for reals, and then. Alright, this is what we're gonna do. This guy seems fast, but his ratings don't make sense. I must have missed something. How could he be 1700 in Blitz and be this good? It just doesn't make sense. Then again, it's only like 15 games, but the 1900 rapid rating also gels with that perfectly. He's a little too good for his Blitz rapid ratings. Yeah, he is better when the engine's on. But he makes it a convincing, he's very convincing. No, I don't know. I mean, I'm paranoid, man. But I'm always going to be paranoid of people with less than 100 games, for sure. That's one of the first reasons I do not play players that have new accounts. Of course I'm going to be paranoid. This is not many, and I don't play this. I don't know why I accepted the challenge. He already drew me with a 1770 Blitz rating. Looks like I'm winning a pawn. I mean, we're not talking like 1900 FIDE or something. We're talking 1770 Blitz on lichess. Endgames are normally where people are really weak. Weaker. The a6 pawn is strangely immune. Well, he's not allowed in that far. Question mark players is different. I mean, I'm question mark because I haven't played any rated games recently. Arsenal had to mention the immunity. Oh, I have rook. Wait, rook e8? Oh my god. This works. Sort of, but not really. He'll hold this with like perfect technique. I could have played d3. Maybe I still should. I don't know. I intended to play g4 but then changed my mind. Oh my god. They offered a draw. Okay. Boom. b3. I have to go for this. It's a good thing, though. No, it's not an engine. Just a cocky, like a cocky kid or something. But, you know, something weird about the fact that somebody would offer draw to someone who's 2,500 when they're 1,700. No, knight takes c4 is a huge blunder. White might have a way to hold this. Maybe white could have played knight e4 and knight c5 and like, yeah, they're still in the game. But knight takes c4 was just lack of endgame knowledge. Taking on g4 is not going to help him. But he doesn't really have a good move. I mean, his king is cut off and I have protected passer. Even though he's not down material, he's lost here. Now he's going to let his flag run out? Let his time run out? Wow, okay. I gotta go. Gotta go. Do I really want to hurt me? I mean, a4 is a good move, right? I should just play rook b6 first. He has to play rook check and get behind. It was definitely a mistake for me to play it that way. Weird account, though. I agree. How do I finish him off here? It's not that simple to win. I mean, I might have to get my rook in behind and win the A pawn. Should be winning. This is a huge mistake to allow rook d8 check. I thought. Computer doesn't care. The engine doesn't think it matters. So where did he actually reach a lost position? On takes on c4, yeah. White still has serious chances to fight for a draw here. Arsenal made that weird comment, the cryptic comment about the a6 pawn. For example, knight b7. You know, it's nice that I got to play g4 and g takes f3. And I'm up a pawn. But I'm by no means certain that I'm winning here. It looks kind of tricky. Ban incoming. Absolutely. Goodbye. Yeah. Alright, guys. Thanks for joining the team. The Friar Tuck. The bishop was kind of bad. Friar Tuck. Welcome to the team. Guys, I gotta go. Tomorrow night tournament. Play big prizes. The only limit to the prizes is your imagination. For the rapid tournament tomorrow night, starting at 6:45 CEST. Thanks, Rufus and Doofus. Thanks, everybody, for playing. And we'll be back with tournament. I'll set it up. Thanks, Arsenal. You're a great moderator. Big help without Mr. Coffee around. Thank you, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.